Tuesday 6th of October. I've got the day off work again. I didn't want Ruby to be home on her own. She's gone off to F45, which is the gym. She's done a 2-week trial with a friend, so they've been going most days, which is good. It's getting her out the house, and then we'll spend the afternoon together or apart, but in the same place, unless she goes to a friend's house. Either way, I'll be able to get her there. So I have started, I'm going to start work on the van, mainly the roof. There are a couple of issues. One of them is I was getting my head dripped on while I was sleeping, and I'm not sure where that is coming from, so I need to pull all the lining off to have a look. And if you have a look up there, check that out, there's a gutter there on the other side that they've riveted, and underneath this hood lining there's a hole. So there's cracks on the roof from where it was repaired prior, which suggests that something's going on underneath the bog. I need to dig that out and have a look, and my first assumption was there's holes there, but now that I've started looking at that lining, and the bolts for the awning were also wet and dripping, and they're going into this gutter here, which is where the cables go, all the electrics, and that was getting quite full of water. So I'm not sure if the dripping on my head, which is down the back of the vehicle, and there was dripping on the bench there as well, and I'm not sure if that was condensation from the water being in the gutters and in the actual vehicle, or whether there are a few leaks. So I've got a quote to redo the lining, because this front bit, you know, I tried to stick it up before, which was no good. So it really needs redoing, and I need to pull it all off, fix the roof, and then repaint it and put it all back together. And my issue is this front bit here. This needs to come out so I can get all this hood lining out, but it sits in behind this panel here, and that panel there's got all the electrics on, and that panel is connected to the bench. So I think that might be a bit of an issue, and if I have to pull it all apart, I have to pull it all apart, but I've got to get the job done. So today is just taking everything out. I've got to get this top bit down. So we had our food stuff in the top here, and pots and pans and things, and in the back bit there we had all our clothes and linen and things like that was in there. So I'll get this bit down today, and I will rip off this hood lining and have a bit more of a look about what's going on from the front back, and I will have a look at that top section there, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to get that out today. And I'm pretty sure it's not actually leaking at the front, but we do need to redo that hood lining right to the front. And I wouldn't mind replacing this bit of wood, because it had something here prior, which it doesn't have now, but it has this slant in it, and it makes it almost a little bit unusable as much as you possibly can. And being such a, it's a smaller vehicle to actually live out of, the more space you can use, the better. So I'm going to make a start. Okay, this is where we're at. I've taken the ribs out, they still move. There's another one of these with a hole in it behind there, and these are all coming out. They don't need to be there, and the glue that's put in there is just breaking and brittle and breaking down, and that's where water's getting in there. The sealer behind these, which is holding up the awning, is broken down as well. Obviously it's in the sun, so we'll have to pull them out and redo that. I have started cleaning up the glue. As you can see, it is all over. It's taking a lot of rubbing with the solvent, but the front bit is the worst bit. This section here, forward, this rib, which I still haven't put back up, is got the old foam on it, and it doesn't actually come off very easily, so it's going to take a bit of work, but I need to get that clean to put the new lining up. So let's have a look. This is where it was leaking over the sink, and that's just mold. So I'm suspecting this is a low spot there, but if you have a look, this is the lining this is the felt, the lining I've pulled off. This is the one that was underneath, and it is riddled with mold because it's been so wet in here. So we have water coming in there, and over my head, this is what I found. It's rusty, so there's a hole there. It's obviously hit something up top, which we knew it had some repair. We just weren't sure where. So it's repaired over at the top, but underneath it's rusting, so it's getting water seepage through. So that really needs fixing. But I've got to clean up on the inside first, and I've taken those ribs out. There's one missing there, but I've got to put them back in because they're the strength of the car, and I have to drive the car. So, and I don't think I'm going to bother pulling the front out because this is going to take ages. Check it out. I don't know where that nut's gone, but that certainly would have been leaking through there.